Hi, I'm Chad with move4 Guitar. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to take a drop 2 major 7th chord starting with a 5th string root, and just by moving one note at a time, change it into a dominant 7th chord, a minor 7th chord, a minor 7th flat 5 chord, and then to a diminished 7th chord. First off, if you'd like to get the diagrams for this lesson that follow along with this lesson, you can click the link on the screen, or there's also a link in the description that'll take you to an eGuide that's titled Fretboard Theory, and that has, like I said, all the diagrams for this lesson plus much more, and you can download it for free, so there's no reason not to just go download that. It's going to be really useful to you. But I'm working on it right now, so as I'm filming this, it's not available yet. So if it's not available, it'll say coming soon, so just watch out for it. But don't worry, you can still go through this lesson. You don't need the eGuide to follow along with this lesson because all the diagrams will be on the screen. So in this lesson, we're going to take a drop 2 major 7th chord starting on the 5th string with a 5th string root and go from a major 7th chord, move one note down half a step to get a dominant 7th chord, move one note down half a step to get a minor 7th chord, another note down half a step to get a minor 7 flat 5, and another note down half a step to get a diminished 7th chord. And it'd be really good if you had a basic understanding of what intervals are and how they work and how to build triads, but you don't have to have that information to follow along in this lesson. I'll do my best to explain as I go, but I'm not going to dive deep into any of that theory just because I want to keep this lesson shorter and simpler and have this lesson just be about how to move these notes to get other chords. I don't want to dive deep into the theory and have this be a really long lesson, so it would help you to have that theory and knowledge, but I'll do my best to explain it for those who don't have it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with a C major 7th, a drop 2 C major 7th with a 5th string root, and that sounds like this. And the way a major 7th chord is spelled out, the intervals of a major 7 chord are root, 3rd, 5th, and 7th, or root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, major 7th. And the way this chord is voiced, just meaning the order of the intervals, is my root is right here under my 1st finger. The next one is my 5th under my 3rd finger. Under my 2nd finger is the 7th, and under my 4th finger is the 3rd. So that's just how this chord is voiced, but it has all those intervals are in it. It's just they're in a different order than root, 3rd, 5th, 7th. I have root, 5th, 7th, 3rd. So the first thing we're going to do is go from this major 7 chord down to a dominant 7th chord. So a dominant 7th chord is spelled out root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, or root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, minor 7th. So the only difference between a dominant 7th chord and a major 7th chord is that you lower the 7th by half a step. So like I said, the 7th is under my 2nd finger. I take this note right here, which is a B note, and drop it down to a B flat. Since I'm playing a C major chord, it doesn't matter. You could do this, it'll be the same shape no matter where you are, what key. It's just right now, since I'm playing a C major 7, that's a B note. So I'm taking what's under my 2nd finger, dropping it down half a step to get a dominant 7th chord. So here's my C major 7 chord. To get the dominant 7th chord, I just remove my 2nd finger. Now I'm going to bar this note under my 1st finger, and now I have a dominant 7 chord. So I've taken that one note, dropped it down half a step, I get a dominant 7th chord. So from the dominant 7th chord, we're going to go to a minor 7 chord. And a minor 7 is spelled out root, flat 3, 5, flat 7, or root, minor 3rd, perfect 5th, minor 7th. So the only difference between a minor 7 chord and a dominant 7th chord is that the 3rd is flatted half a step. So the 3rd is under my 4th finger. I just need to take this one note and drop it half a step, and I'll get my minor 7 chord. So here's dominant 7. Drop that one note half a step, catch it with my 2nd finger. Here's minor 7. So the next chord we're going to go to is a minor 7 flat 5, and a minor 7 flat 5 is spelled out root, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7, or root, minor 3rd, diminished 5th, minor 7th. So the only difference between a minor 7 flat 5 and a minor 7th is the 5th is lowered half a step. So the 5th is right here under my 3rd finger. I'm just going to take this note, lower it half a step. That'll give me my minor 7 flat 5. So here's minor 7. Lower that note half a step. Here's my minor 7 flat 5. or another common way to hold it's like this. So all I've done is lowered that fifth 1/2 step. That gives me my minor 7 flat 5. The next chord, the last one we're going to do, is a diminished seventh. So a diminished 7 is spelled out root, flat 3, flat 5, double flat 7, or root, minor 3rd, diminished 5th, diminished 7th. So the only difference between diminished 7 and a minor 7 flat 5 is that the diminished 7th, you're going to lower the 7th another 1/2 step to get a double flatted 7. So the 7 is under my 2nd finger right here now, right on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. I'm just going to lower that by 1/2 step to here to give me my diminished 7. So here's minor 7 flat 5. Lower that note 1/2 step, here's diminished 7th. So C diminished 7th. So now you have the ability to start with a C major 7, and by moving one note at a time, get all the way down to a C diminished 7. So you have C major 7, C dominant 7, C minor 7, C minor 7 flat 5, C diminished 7. So hopefully that really opens up your mind to chords and intervals and how harmony works, and really helps you see a way that you can just start with one chord, the major 7th chord, and find all these other chords out of it. I think this will take you a long way if you really study this and get it down. And check out our other lessons where I do the same thing with other major 7th chords, just starting on different string sets. I have other lessons that do the exact same thing, but just using different voicings, so those will be useful to get down as well. And be sure to download that eGuide that I mentioned, the Fretboard Theory eGuide, and also be sure to subscribe because we add at least one new lesson every day.